What's up, people? Rasati out here in Singapore. Okay, it's back on here at the Night Owl podcast, and I'm really excited because you know me. I got stuff to say. I got things I want to teach. There is stuff that keeps occurring on a daily basis, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it. So, COVID 19 in 2020, it's been nothing but a roller coaster ride of emotions because you go from being able to go around and do your own business, start your gym workouts, all of that stuff with the beginning of the year, and then suddenly there's this virus that's stopping everyone from doing their regular stuff, and you're stuck in the house. You're not allowed to go out. You have to wear a mask. You can't go to your favorite joints to go eat or anything. Stuff is being shut down. There's a lot going on. I get it, but with all the technology in the world, and for the world to be so much smaller than it used to be because you can connect with people so much faster, there are a lot of people out there still feeling lonely, y'all. So I really want to address that because I think it's really important. Now, today's topic is more about love because that's what the majority of the complaints I get are about. It's about love, your romantic relationships. Now, we have this silly habit of ours, right? If we don't know the answer, we go make one up. Why? Because we need the story to be complete. We can't deal with holes in the story. We can't deal with, sitting on the edge of our seat and wondering what's going to happen next. It's natural, right? This is why we watch TV, because we don't want to use our imaginations while we read a book. We want to watch visually and have people tell us what the characters are going to look like and show us all the little Easter eggs during each episode so we can see how attentive we can be. We can pay attention to the details and we can fill out the story on our own, only to find out later that, it wasn't quite what we saw. We missed a couple of details, something like that. So it's something we've been trained with, especially with TV, right? And I'm having a lot of people that call in and they're like, oh my gosh, I really love this person and I thought we were forever and this is happening and that's not happening and I'm freaking out a little bit. And I get that. I really do. Moreover, I have a lot of people who have broken up somehow. As in maybe the other person stopped talking to them completely. Maybe they've been, abusing them somehow. And you're starting to see the cracks in the relationship because right now you can't go over and see them in person. You can't smooth things over and send flowers and chocolates or whatever. You can't do any of those things and have it mean something. Right now, it's more important than ever to stay as clear as you can about what it is that you want and what it is that you're seeing. I had one particular person come to me and she was like, I'm having a really tough time. I don't understand what's going on. And you know what? I'm not even really attracted to that person anyway, but I keep going back because I feel like, this is it. This is all that I could possibly get. And I want to remind her, hey, that's not how that works. That is not how that works. I need you guys to pay attention to your energy. And this quote in particular, I want to focus on. So I'm going to bring that up real quick. The quote says, don't love the person who looks beautiful. Love the person who makes your life beautiful. Now, when I posted that, this young lady was like, yo, but he don't even look that good. And I don't understand, but I still keep going back. And I'm thinking, okay, you're looking at him physically. I need you to look at him energetically. When you talk about somebody, you normally light up when you like that person or you're excited about that person. And that includes celebrity crushes. Like maybe you're in love with Henry Cavill for his Witcher performance or whatever. Or maybe you think that, Idris Elba is like just fine as hell. And every time you talk about him, you get excited because you feel some kind of way about him, right? And these are people you've never even met in person. Now let's talk about the people you've met in person. The people you call your crew. The people you call your boyfriend or your girlfriend. The people you call your family. Blood or not, your family, right? And I need you to pay attention. When that name pops up on your phone, what is your immediate gut reaction? How does your body respond? Do you open up or do you shrink back and be like, oh my God, do I really need to answer this? I need you to pay attention to those things. This is what self-awareness is about. Now, when this young lady was like, yo, he don't even look that good. I'm telling you, at one point, she probably found him attractive, but that was because of how she felt about him. This is where beauty is in the eye of the beholder really, really comes into play. Why? Because when you feel good about somebody, you want to see more of that person. Their face becomes attractive to you. It's the reason why, you go through a midlife crisis. You've been married to the same person for 20 years. And at some points in time, you fucking can't stand the sight of them. Their face makes you upset because you don't feel good about them in that moment. That isn't to say that you can't switch the way you see them either. It means that you need to work a little bit. You're going to have to find things that you really love about that person in order to see them as attractive again. The more you love somebody, the more attractive they become to you. They just appear that way to you. And from the outside looking in, people may not understand the connection. They don't have to. It's not theirs to understand. But you got to feel good. You got to understand that connection. So when she said he's not even that good looking, I was telling her, look, that's because you don't like the way he treats you. You don't feel good around him anymore. You find yourself questioning yourself all the time after an interaction with him. You find yourself just down to the dumps and feeling crappy after every interaction with him. Why? Because your body and your feelings are trying to tell you, yo, This is not good for you. This does not feel good. It upsets me. It makes me feel less than I actually am. And so that's how you tell that these people are right for you or not. Now, the other thing is we have an attachment issue. That is an ego thing. We have an attachment issue. We want to fill in the blanks. We want to finish complete the story and tell ourselves what we want to tell ourselves. And for the most part, if you notice, no matter what anybody tells you from the outside, you're going to do what you want to do anyway. Right? Am I right? Stop lying. You know I'm right. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. Why? Because if you've noticed, you go into a conversation hoping that they will talk you out of being with that person. And when they start talking you out of being with that person, you tend to do what? Go the opposite direction and defend them instead. It's natural. We don't want to be told what to do until we're desperate and really don't have any other options. We've tried everything else, and then we're open to the advice that might be given to us. It's natural. Until you're sick and tired, and I mean really sick and tired, you're not going to move. You're not going to change nothing. It's not going to feel like desperate enough for you to move away. So when I tell you that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you should gravitate towards people that make your life beautiful, I mean it. You know who those people are. The people who make you feel like you are amazing. Not because they gassing you up, not because they ice pick you. They're not like, trying to make you feel great because they want something for you. I mean, they genuinely make you feel great because they accept you as you are. They like who you are, like all of it. Okay, maybe not all of it. They like certain aspects of you, and they're not shy to say that. And maybe they don't approve of some things, and they're not shy to say that either, but they love you regardless. They're going to be there no matter what. Those are the people you're supposed to gravitate towards. Those are the people you should generally, if you think about it, find attractive. Why? Because they make you feel like you're allowed to be yourself. And that's the whole point of this. When we were kids, we were absolutely ourselves. And then they told us, stop talking so much, stop doing this, stop jumping on the furniture, stop, pretending all the time, stop, using your imagination so much. And what do? We started to conform, and we started to hide pieces of ourselves because we know what gets us in trouble and we know what doesn't. And it's the same in relationships. When you first meet each other, you're absolutely yourself. And then with the first conversation, you start hiding bits and pieces. Okay, he doesn't like this, so I probably shouldn't tell him that I'm like this, because what if they leave? We start pushing for the next conversation. What can I do to guarantee the next conversation? How do I make sure he calls me back? How do I make sure he still finds me attractive? I get it. It's natural now because we've been conditioned to believe that. But what ends up happening with time is you realize you've suffocated yourself so much you can't even breathe anymore. And then it's time. You're desperate. You got to change something. And a lot of times, even then, you're going to lay down the law. You're going to put up boundaries. You're going to tell them, hey, I'm not going to deal with this no more. You got to change. And yeah, they'll change for a little bit of time because they're trying to guarantee the next conversation with you. And once they guarantee the next conversation with you and they feel like, okay, everything's back to normal, they will go back to being who they are. And it's funny because they feel comfortable being who they are, but you suddenly don't. It's a comfort zone thing. You got to find a way to push through all of that and start standing your ground. Start really standing up for yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to cut people off. Cut people off that you know for years. People you've grown up with. But that's part of the process, babe. It's part of the process. You'll lose people along the way. And maybe losing you is what they need to wake up. Maybe they wake up and maybe they really do change for the better. But until they do, you got to do you. You got to protect yourself. You got to keep your circle small. You got to keep your perimeter protected at all times. You let people in because you know that they got your back, that they're down for you no matter what. You know that the people that you choose to spend your time with are worth spending time with because they also choose to spend their time with you. It's not the people that, they do their own thing, they're happy doing their shit, and then when they have time, when they're bored, when they have no one else to harass, they won't come back to you. That's not what you need either. This is why I'm saying beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You tend to find things beautiful when they make you feel good and at home in your own body. You tend to find things beautiful when you don't have to exert much energy at all because it's all mutual. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. It feels like play all the time. You play and they play and you both enjoy each other's company and it's great. And sometimes when it's time to work, maybe it's people that you work with, right? Sometimes when it's time to work, they make the work feel effortless because they enjoy the work. They like collaborating. They enjoy your ideas and you enjoy their ideas. And you know what? There is a mutual respect there. So this is why I'm saying this COVID situation has got us really in our feelings. really in our brains. We thinking a whole damn lot all of a sudden. But I need you to focus what you're thinking on. Yeah, it's easy to focus on what you don't have, the people that aren't talking to you, the things you wish were different. I get it. I get it. But wishing things were different doesn't change it, doesn't make it so. You got to focus on you. You got to change you. And sometimes that means you say your goodbyes. Sometimes that means you don't say a goodbye. You don't get an apology. You don't get an explanation. You just keep on walking. Because you've tried that before and it hasn't come out the way you wanted it to. And maybe they placated you for the moment. They told you what you needed to hear, but they went on their merry way doing the same old shit, the same old dance. I need you guys to love yourselves more than you love everybody else. I need you guys to dedicate yourselves to not disappointing yourself anymore. Yeah, I know. People pleaser, all of that. I've been there. I've done that. I've got like t-shirts and like autograph caps and all that shit. I don't need no more. It didn't work for me. And I'm betting it's really not working for you either. If you're being honest, it really isn't working for you. So you guys, if you got questions, comments, concerns, please drop them in the comments below. You know I want to hear from you guys. And if you're worried about whether you can stay the course, whether you can, put down a boundary and stay protective of that boundary, you're worried about whether you could keep on going, if you're going to, fall back and do the same old thing again, let these people back in and you're going to end up hurt again. You're worried about that stuff. You want someone to hold you accountable. You know where I am. DM me. Let's talk. Let's figure out a way that I can hold you accountable and support you at the same time. Because honestly, that's my life's work. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to support you. Because I've walked that path and I've figured it out. And it's working for me right now. And I am happy. I am at peace. So if you need me, you know where to find me. Until then, you guys, do the best you can. Forgive yourself for yesterday and keep on moving. Keep your head up high. Do what you got to do for you, not for anybody else. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.